Hey, I am back. It is late. It's like 11:13, 11:23, something like that. It's 11:34. That's what time it is, 11:34. I know I saw a 30 or a 14 or 13, something like that. It's 11:34 p.m. And I was sitting here just cracking seeds with seeds, sunflower seeds, and thinking and telling myself about how I'm in this funk kind of place. And I'm just kind of, in a place. And so, I have death in my family since Tuesday this week. And it's kind of complicated for me, but God knows all about it. And so I've been having a little bit of a little funk kind of thing. I don't know, but I was just sitting here and I'm thinking I need to go to bed because I didn't go to bed until after 2 last night. But at the same time, I was saying to myself, I don't even know if I'm going to bed right now. That's what I was saying tonight. I need to because my eyes are crossed and I'm tired. This is a pretty picture, isn't it? It's very pretty. Maybe YouTube will pick this up as my still. Who knows? But they might just, get this. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to pick up. They might have already got this gratitude. Could be this soapbox. I don't really know what they're going to get. Okay? But I just pause and do all of that. So, the purpose of this video is because I have decided that I am going to start my first journal. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to start it. Okay, so I'm clearly going to use this soapbox, which is going to then make me a mini journal. And that's what we're going to be doing. So I thought I'd start off by showing you the paper and all of this stuff, because I'm going to take some pages out of this Oprah magazine, just because I want to. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm not going to be able to decorate. I'm not going to be able to decorate the journal or embellish it, as they call it, tonight. But these are some papers I got together. A blank thank you card, 2 receipts, a word search list that does not go with this because, the words here and then the puzzle here. So when you rip it out, this puzzle, the pages in the book, okay? Then we have this. And then we have this. And then we have a piece to a old yellow pages, okay, that I tea-dyed. And then I have a coloring page. And then I have a children's handwriting page. And then I have an old page that I made for Christmas for the children in children's church at my church. I have to kind of put these on top. Then I have this, which comes from my daily devotional from Turning Point Ministries. And then I have another piece of tea-dyed notebook paper. And then I have just a piece of paper that's white paper that I painted on and splashed up and things. And then I have another piece of tattered tea dye paper and a piece that came off of it. And I actually made this one earlier tonight, or earlier this afternoon, this evening, something like that. These are the pages that I'm going to use probably starting tomorrow. Okay, now this is the material I'm going to use. So this is a piece of scrap material that came in a bundle packet that probably had about, I don't know, 7 or 8 pieces, maybe 10. And they were folded. I got it in a package at the thrift store. And then this one was something that I got off the rack at the thrift store. And I don't know what kind of material it is or what it was. Maybe it was a type of pillowcase. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I'm getting ready to use a piece of this and a piece of this. And then this came from one of my t-shirts. It's the neck piece to a shirt. I always cut the necks off of my shirts. I don't like the neck on there. I used to. At one point, I never wore V-necks, and I rarely buy them, but I always had to have a crew neck shirt. But I guess in my days of getting a little bit older, I decided that I don't want that. So I always save these strips because sometimes I use them to tie around my hair. And so, okay, I'm going to take this off with my shears, get this sewn edge all the way around, get that off so it can open up, because I'm going to actually use this piece for my closure to my journal. That's what I'm going to use this for. But I have to take this, see that ragged edge is sewn, and I have to get rid of that. Then this piece will open up. Okay. And I didn't have to do this right now, but I guess it doesn't hurt to start now. So we're just going to go ahead and get this part done and out of the way. These are very, very sharp. I got these scissors from Temu. They are very, very sharp. They are very sharp. Okay, and that's that. So this here is trash. I don't need that part for anything. And now this can open up. And because it can open up, then I can use that for a closure, right? And so I use this kind of thing for my hair. But anyway, that's what we're doing with that. So meanwhile, we're going to fold this over right here, and we're going to get our box together. So we're working with 3 pair of scissors. We have our shears, which you just saw. Then I got these pinking shears or zigzags, because that can help make the material a little bit more decorative or something. And so I have to cut away these things here. These are paper scissors, regular craft scissors or whatever. Hold on. And get rid of all of this. But don't throw it away just yet. So now I'm working on memory as I go through this, because I've not done this before, but I've watched a mini video on this junk journaling thing. I have. And it's like, if you don't give it a stab, you're not going to. And so, you know, practice, as they say, makes perfect. And I'm going to start. So, because every day I'm frustrated. I find out within myself, every day I feel some kind of way because I'm not working on a journal. And that's what I really want to be doing. So I did several pages of my, my hand lettering book tonight, because I was so frustrated that I was like, okay, so we got 3 pair of scissors. This is open, and I'm going to open this at one side of the seam because I need to. I worked on my hand lettering. It was a lot of pages, and I started another little book, but I'm waiting for that thing to come together and do what it needs to do. So I'll be showing you that work soon. So we just want to even this up a little bit, get all of those ragged edges off. You see, this got a little stain in there of wet spot because it had soap from when I was away on my trip, and the soap was in there. So there we go. We got that. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing. So we're going to use this part as the spine, and I'm going to cut this piece off. Okay. And we don't throw pieces away because you never know what you're going to need. Now this flap could actually serve as a part to a closure if I wanted it to, but I already cut this off. So I'm going to just cut this piece off then, because I would have needed to keep it on a piece so that it can fold over here. But it doesn't have to have that because I don't have any what you call magnets so that it can snap in place. And as my first try here, I'll need to try and get myself all caught up in all of that. So now we got a basic book. Okay, basic. All right. And then I'm not going to be doing any sewing to this because I don't want to sew it. Okay, so now I have this little bit of glue on here on this bag. This bag was on my glue here. I don't know if you remember, maybe you watched the video, maybe you didn't, but this open close spout is, see how it's getting a little yellowy in there, and it won't do the right thing. So that means that I had to come up with another idea, and this is the idea, which is just go ahead and do it the way you always do, with putting a bag over it and put the top on it so that it doesn't mess around and get hard underneath the lid, and then you can't get the lid off because the little spout won't close. Okay, so now we have this piece that we cut off, and we put the shiny side down because we still want our fabric and everything to stick to this rough dry piece. I should have cut that edge off because it's kind of right there, but let's see if we can get it. We might can get it. It's not too bad. All right, let's just go ahead and pop it right back down. And there we go. All right. And now, put all of that over there and leave the scissors open so that if there's some glue on it, it won't stick. And this is coming off, which don't matter because I'm going to cover it up. Okay, and then I'm going to put this back on my glue for a minute because I don't want it to get sticky. All right, and now I'm going to use this one, which is thin. It's very thin, like a pillowcase. I'm going to use that on the inside. And I'm going to use this one for the outside. So we have to put it on and leave enough so that we can roll it up like that all the way around. Okay, now let's try and turn it this way so I can see real good. And since this has some line patterns to it, I'm going to use them as my guide. So I'm going to cut this right here along that, let me move that over, right here along that line there. And I'm going to move it up just a wee bit because it's uneven. It's short here, but longer there. So I still have to make sure I got enough so I can roll it up. So we're going up under here. And these cats are, get down. They're not focusing there. All right, let's go ahead and cut here. Right on the outside of that line. And that should be about far enough. And then I'm going to take this off, go sideways, and I'm going to cross. Okay. I can cut pretty straight. I'm not, the best at it, but I can cut pretty straight. I'll slide in, and when it slides, you can just go with it. Okay. All right. And then that's that piece. Okay. If I tell these little cats to get down, they all climbing up something on top of these boxes. They not focused this time of night. They like, Mommy, you the one down here. We supposed to be asleep. I'm like, I know, right? Okay, so now we have that, and we have this. Looks pretty small, but it is, what you need. I'm sorry about that. And we're going to take this little strip off right here. And this little one I might keep because this might work in the project. It might because it's sewn and, it's just like almost like a zipper or something. I don't really know, but I might keep this little piece. Save that over here with my closure piece. All right. We got a little bit of strings hanging off, which is fine. And now, how is it going to act with this glue? I don't know, but we get ready to find out. So, this one is the reverse side. So this is the side I need to glue down on top of here. Okay, so we're going to slide that over. I should be getting me a piece of paper. Let me see. I want a white paper because I don't want no text to get on there. I was going to take it out of the magazine at first, but don't do that. So we're just going to put a little glue on here. Make sure it's a little bit, and then put the top back on. All right. This should be plenty. And smooth it all the way around. Make sure we get all the way to the edges. And don't leave no whole bunch right here. Like, you see how that's all thick in the middle? So once I get it all smoothed around, I'll put all the excess back into the bottle, because that's what we don't want. We don't want it to like really bleed through and then it'd be looking yellow like this on the material. So we just want to make sure we cover it really good. And I don't think I'm going to have much excess. Looks pretty okay to me. Just smooth it out. It's drying that fast, because this is a wood glue. So we don't want to play around with it too long. Just go ahead and get it on there all around the corners and edges and places. And then slide this paper over and then try and center this in a way. Because once you put it down, it's down. You can't move it. All right. Now, that should be okay. Like so. Put this glue on my hand. We'll peel that off in a while once it dries. Okay. Then we got that on there. And see, it's coming through a little bit. And I need something to roll it. So we'll just roll it with this. And just make sure it's smoothed out. Make sure the material don't move though. Get all bubble up and lumpy. Okay. This is what you call a no-sew journal. I see this glue on here. Just rub that straight off. Okay. And now we got that down. And so I'm going to put this all around. I'm going to snip some of this off with my scissors, because I don't need it to be so long, because that makes it thick. And it'll be too thick, and you don't need it too thick because it makes it clunky. Just need a little bit so that it covers the cardboard. Okay. I might need to cut a little bit more. Let's check it first. These strings. Yeah, that should be okay like that. I don't need to cut anymore. It's all right. Okay, so it's the strings that's distracting. So now I have to do this part very easily, because I can't pour it on there like we did the other. And I don't have my glue in one of my little squeeze bottles. I bought those little teeny ones that they use so that it can be, get a thin bead of glue. But I didn't know I was going to start this tonight, but I'm happy that I am. That I have started, okay? Happy about that. So we did that side. Then we're going to do this side here. Okay. Come across really thin. And make sure put this part in here. Okay. Then we're going to fold that. I think this part really can trim off a little bit. I think it can, because it looks way longer. Please don't get none on my scissor. Now the boy's in the basement, jumping around. Okay, I think that's good, because it looked like it was, yep, it was way past the glue line, and I didn't want it to be too far. So this one is already done. It's glued down and dry. Okay. And now I'll give it a sec, and I'm going to cut these pieces off because I don't want that to be too thick. Let's see, start on this side. I don't want no glue to get on my good scissors here. Okay. Oh, that piece ain't cut too well, but it's all right. We'll cut these little pieces off. And then all right, and now we can go ahead and put a little bit of glue on these ends right here, and just a touch on there because it's going to fold on to there. Just a little bit. Okay. All right. And then we'll do this edge and put that on here. I hope it doesn't leave a yellow stain in the fabric, because when this dries, it definitely is yellow. It definitely is on wood and everywhere else. So hopefully it'll turn out fine. Hopefully. All right, so that's that part. Looks all right. What is this? Okay, looks all right. We got that in. Fold that, and then fold this before it gets too stiff, so that it has the little, looks pretty cool, huh? Looks pretty cool. Yep, looks pretty cool. I think so. And so now, when I think about this piece that I was going to put in the trash, I might decide to use these two ends, because what I'm thinking is, let's use it. It might work out for a different type of closure. It's all kinds of closure ways that you can use. So this might work good, because I'm just thinking about how sometimes they use it and just tie it together. This looks like it's going to tear right here. It might, but it's okay. If it does, we'll figure it out. Okay, so now all of this is nice and together. And now we need to measure us. Let's put the top on the glue real quick. We need to measure us a piece of that other fabric to make sure we have it for the inside. And let's see, we can take from the middle line, or let me see, that middle piece from green to green. No, it's not going to fit all the way. So we'll just take it from the edge like it is and just take the tips of those off. Okay, let's see. We got to see how, I need to put these somewhere. Okay, let's see. All right, let me see how far I need to cut. Okay, so this is going to be on the inside, so I'll pull this over just a wee bit because it's going to be on the inside. And let's cut it about right here. Cut this piece. Okay. Right here. And come on. And go down here. Alright, let's see. Cut in here. And go in between these. And that's about far enough, because I'm really supposed to be cutting off. This piece is dry. Now let's trash, put that over there. And I'm supposed to be cutting the tips of these off. So I'm just going to go right across this end. And we can measure it onto our box. And then we should be able to come out with the right size in a second. All right. These strings hanging out too. Okay. Now we'll put this on here. And that has to come down. We don't need it all the way. So it'd be nice if it was both parts, but it's not. And this needs a little piece of glue here because that's trying to escape us. Let's put that right up on there and mash that down. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to figure out how we're going to apply this here onto that. And then a part on here, we need to roll that up a little bit. Okay, so I need to cut it about, maybe about right here. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. We'll put this in here. And now we got it. Slide that over and just cut across. This. Okay. Okay, we finished with that piece, and then we should be all right. These strings, I'm tell you what. Okay, now we take that, and it should fit in here nicely. It should fit nicely, and it does. Okay, it's not the straightest, but it's okay. And before we do that, we want to make sure we fold it again. Keep that fold in there. Keep that fold in there. See? And then we're going to apply our closures before we put this piece down. All right, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this piece in here. This really looks like it's going to tear, but it might not. It really does look like it's going to, though. I'm not sure how I want to put it in because I really want that piece looks like it's, see, I knew it. So we can't use that, but this one could be, all right, let's see. Can we get any more of this thinness off of here? Let's see. It might just use this whole piece here. I am not sure yet. Let's see. All right. It's not going to be, it's going to be too thick. Let me see something. Because the other one that I cut is very thin. So it would be like two different pieces, although it's the same color. It would be like two different pieces. So I didn't want to do that. All right, let's just see if we can just get this one in. And then they would kind of resemble. And I could use two pieces of the other one, but since this is trash anyway, let's see what we can salvage before we discard it all the way. All right, let's see. Can we get this in there? This is where the tag is, so it's kind of stubborn. But these scissors are sharp and they're getting right on through. All right, so we'll see how this part comes together. All right. Listen, they do this all the time in junk journaling. They say, listen, you don't have to have all the fanciest type of material. They say, go and get an old bed sheet from the thrift store and coffee diet or tea diet and cut one little corner and rip it. I said, oh. They say, yes, you don't have to visit the fabric store. So it's all kinds of ways that you can, find the things that you are trying to make happen in this junk journal world. And some people be getting kind of snooty because they be saying, this is supposed to be an all-paper project and people have taken this to the next level and all out of context and all of that. And that's fine. I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, if you can make it a little more elegant and beautiful, extravagant or whatever, and it's still coming out really from the greatest part, trash, all kinds of old paper and stuff like that. And some of this stuff is not trash. I'm here to tell you because you have to pay for this scrapbook paper and it's not cheap. And you have to pay for, this, what they call that word again, ephemera. You got to pay for that stuff. That stuff is not cheap. So not all of it is trash. This soapbox was, but not all of it is trash, okay? So I have a really, really, really bad headache. And I know why, because I need to go to bed. And I was up late and last night, and I got up early this morning because I needed to do some stuff, get my room cleaned up, unpacked from last week, put the laundry away, all these things, honey, I had to do. And I had every intention on coming down here starting a junk journal, but it didn't happen because I still had to create some content for my children's channel, and then I had to work on whatever I was going to put up on this channel, and I didn't know what that was going to be, so I just kind of was like in a place. But I made it. All right, so this should be good enough. It's going to be a little bit lumpy. It's going to be a little bit lumpy because it's not flat like this, which is probably something I should have used, but it's going to be lumpy in there, which is going to impact my signature because it's going to be lumpy. That's the part that I'm hating right now. Maybe I shouldn't put it in there. Maybe I should just put it on the outside. I can still see Irish Spring, but you ain't going to be able to see it. I'm glad that yellow glue did not come through here like that. And they keep talking about PVA. I'm like, no, I'm using all the glue that I got in my house until I buy some more. I'm trying to think, y'all, whether or not to put that in there. I'm not thinking I want to put it in. But usually you put it in here beneath this. Okay? So that it's hanging out like that. And that piece was pretty cool too. But look at that. I pulled it and all the strings came out. What in the world was that? Okay, so I'm going to just, I don't know. Should I use this? Maybe I should. But when you tie it, it's going to be like that. And so that will look stupid. So we don't want to do that. I don't know. Because this is going to be lunky and wonky and clunky and all that. But this is thin. This one is thin. After I cut that other one, went through all of those changes. Okay? So let's just go with this because it's thinner. It's thinner, you know? When I finish with the project, I want it to look right. I don't want it to be looking all crazy and, you know, it's lumped up and everything. But this is real thin. And once you pull it, it get all twisty and everything, and it don't really act right. That's why I wasn't sure, because it's stretchy. And so once you pull it to tie it, I don't know how that's going to really act, but we're going to go with it because at least it'll lay flat underneath this material, which is what I need right now. When we tie it up, I guess it won't matter because all the signatures and things will be in there. So let's just go ahead with this. We ain't sure how it's going to turn out yet. Okay, so I'm going to just put this here and lay a piece on top of it like that. Okay, and be pretty soaked. So make sure that it don't want to move. And then do the same thing over here. Put that one right there. Okay. I think I didn't put too much on here. Need a little bit more. All right. And then that should be okay. Like that. And then, all right, we're going to put some all over. But we can't put it real thick on here because this other material is thin. It's very thin. And we don't want it to be all some kind of way. We got to put this all the way to the edges and everything. And then, uh-oh, that was dragging off of my finger. That almost messy. Messy, messy, messy. We can't have that happening. All right, make sure it's all up in these corners so that it can be all smoothed out and sticking down to that material, but not really, really wet. All right, put that on there like that. Make sure. Okay, Now let's try and apply this to it. Come on with these strings. The strings everywhere. Okay. Is that alright like that? It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be. I think this is too long. I think this part is too long. I need to trim it just a little bit, but I don't want no glue to be on my scissors. Lord, please don't let no glue be on here. You can't get it off. You can't wet them either. Alright, let's just press it down. Alright. Okay. So this is what it's looking like so far. Gotta hurry up and bend it while it's still trying to come together. It's like, how are you going to put the signatures in here without sewing them? I am, because I'm not going to sew it at all. But that's looking pretty cool. What y'all think? What y'all think? I think this piece shouldn't be hanging out. That's what I think about that. Let me see. Okay. Now you can see it a little bit, but it should be all right. This part is not, it's not glued down right here. You see that? That's not glued down. I saw that when I was pulling it. I was like, wait a minute. That's not glued down. That's not good. We gotta try to make sure it's glued down. Oh, I don't want it to be too thick though. Goodness. Alright, let's turn it over and flat it down and put a little piece under here so that that can stick onto there. Alright. Now, it's busting out. It should be okay though, I hope. This looks like this is not down. I told you it wasn't. I knew that wasn't very close. It was too long. I tried to do something about it, but I didn't want that glue to be on my shears. If it was my paper scissors, that's fine, because we can wipe them off or do something like that to help them out. But we can't do that with them shears, because once they get wet or something, they do not cut very easily, and they're no longer really sharp. And I don't want that to happen, because I don't want to buy another pair. Look at this. These strings, honey, is everywhere. And look at that. I don't know what that is. That don't look good. But that's where what they call it, the blessing of washi tape comes in. Because you can cover up things and fix things. These strings is something to work with, honey. They just, it look like the more that I rub the material, the more strings start popping out. It's like, okay, I don't know about that little spot right there, but it'll be fine. And then over here, all this extra, I gotta come in here and do something. Man, right on up on there. Okay, let's see. Somebody say your finger is so gluey and messy. It is. It's so gluey and messy. And I'm just trying to put a little bit of it on the edge of the material so it don't flip back like that. And that looks like that's good. So now we're going to put this on here and cover this up again so that that don't get all crazy. All right, and so now we good. Now we ready to start putting some signatures in there, but we're not going to do it tonight because I want to make sure. Don't pull that, because you see what just happened. It lifted it right up. I want to make sure that all of this is nice and dry. Okay, and then we can start adding the papers to it. I'm so proud of me. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take a paper clip and put on there just so it can hold it together so it won't be so stiff. Open air dry, but it can hold it together for me like that, and then when I open it, it'll be flexible and not dry and crunchy. Okay, so that's what we got tonight. We did good. I'm proud of that for a first try. It came out pretty good. And then we got to see how we can get our signatures in there together with that, little notebook thingy, and do some embellishing and come together with the entire project. So this is 51 minutes, and I'm going to ask you to please like my video and comment. And if you have not subscribed already, I hope that you will consider subscribing and that you will hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And this is my very first junk journal video that I am trying. So on tomorrow, which will be Friday, tomorrow's Friday, the 20th, and I will start to add the pages for the signatures. And I hope that you will be here and that you will hang out with me, and let's see what it turns out to look like, because adding the signatures might be part 2, because this will be part 1, and then we'll come back and do a part 3 for the embellishing. But we'll see, because it's only going to have 1 or 2 signatures in there because it's not that big of a book. But we'll see. So guys, thanks for being here, and I look to see you in my next video. Bye.